Get ready for a new episode of KP Talks Dollars and Cents. Learn financial literacy and get real-time updates on all things housing, finance, and real estate with your host, Kevin Perenio. As an owner and C-level executive for 20 plus years in finance, KP is here to serve you with all of his knowledge and experience. Whether you're a broker, realtor, or just interested in the economy, this is the podcast for you. So let's get started. Here's your host, Kevin Perenio.
Hey, it's KP coming to you live from South Beach. We're here at the Mortgage Collaborative event that's going on at the Fontainebleau. It's a nice little group of lenders out here trying to collaborate and come up with ideas. This is the Total Expert Dinner. Industry peeps here. Everyone knows Sue Woodard, Chris, Austin, Tracy, Bobby Joe. Let's go. All right. So what is the Mortgage Collaborative? It is a group of lenders that are here to talk about what's working, what's not working, how we're going to face margin compression, which vendors and partners are delivering, like Total Expert, great CRM. What are we all dealing with out here as professionals? That is the point of collaborating. That is actually the point of my videos. I like to get on here and create some kind of sense of community so we can actually work together and just brainstorm. This isn't rocket science. Maybe someone comes up with something and has a little edge for a little while, then everybody copies it. There's like, we're not building rockets here. So I gotta tell you, it's been pretty interesting coming out here. With the Lenders One a couple weeks ago, and then we had ICE in their Experience 22 in Vegas last week, and now we're out here. And the excitement and the buzz is palpable of people getting back out on the streets and pressing the flesh and hanging out with all the different colleagues out here in person. And there's just something different about that kind of vibe. I mean, you can't have a Zoom meeting and have a fire twirler, right? I mean, is that what we got going on here? So there we go. She's juggling her fuego. So let's talk about the Fed. The Fed moved the markets last week by saying they're going to have a quarter basis point rate hike and then 6 more to come. That's a total of 7, with as many as 4 more the following year. Excuse me. So that's about a 1.9% Fed funds rate. Now, what's interesting is Fair Chairman Jay Powell, Jerome Powell, spoke today at a conference. I listened to it, and he basically said that a 50 basis point rate hike on the next meeting is not out of the realm of possibility, which we heard that at the Fed Open Market Committee meeting. But the details that he gave that I thought were very interesting is he made an ass out of you and me. So if you have ever heard the word assume, they say when you assume something, you make an ass out of you and me. And I'm sure for those of you that spell assume, you know where we're going with that. Hashtag dad jokes. But seriously, Fed Chairman Powell, he basically said, look, they assumed that the supply chain would get better. They assumed that inflation would get under control because it always has. They assumed that it would get better. And what he basically said is they were wrong. They went from a 2% target back in June of last year, June of 21, and now, we're up at almost 8% inflation. So that's been a real problem. So what they're going to do now is use actual data instead of make assumptions that the supply chain will get better. They're going to use actual data. Sorry about that. They're going to use actual data and see that the supply chain gets improved. And if they get better supply chain data, then that will help calculate how many more raises or the size of the raises or anything like that when it comes to taming inflation. But he did admit, he owned it. The buck stops with him. They got it wrong. Inflation's high. But they said that it's going to take 3 years to get back down to 2%. 3 years. So I thought that was a very interesting comment that I saw today. 3 years is a long time to wait to get inflation back to the target that they intended to be at right now. So a lot can happen in 3 years. We could be in a recession by then. He does not see a recession in the next year. So that's definitely something that he's not worried about. And growth is good. Earnings are good. Companies are doing fantastic right now. So I don't know. There's a lot of talk about recession. I mean, of course, eventually we're going to be in a recession. Is it going to happen anytime soon? I don't know. But they sure seem to think it's not happening anytime soon. So I thought it was interesting, that tidbit of information that they... There you go. Get some more fire twirling for the video. Anyway, so the Fed is worried about inflation. They know they messed up. They made some assumptions, and they're going to own it. But doesn't help the poor. Doesn't help the poor. We're facing rising home prices, rent costs, fuel, food. But what helps people, no matter where they are, is getting them into a house. So let's keep putting people in homes, keep building our communities. We got new home sales number coming out this week, and hopefully you enjoyed the scenery. Get back to you next week. Cheers.
You've been listening to KP Talks Dollars and Cents, a top-rated show for those who want to learn about the economy and mortgage environment. Tune in each week for more episodes, and please leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Kevin Perenio does not render or offer to render personalized investment or tax advice through KP Talks Dollars and Cents. The information provided is for informational purposes only and does not constitute financial, tax, investment, or legal advice. For more info, follow KP Talks Dollars and Cents on all of our social channels.